emergency, then we have a chance of making life multiplanetary. Still just a chance, not for sure. If we don't act with extreme urgency, that chance is probably zero. And the rate of innovation is not going to be constant. It's either going to increase the rate of innovation, or it's going to slow down. If you look at American access to space with Crew, we were able to go to the moon in '69. Then with the space shuttle, we could only go to low Earth orbit. And the space shuttle retired. And then for almost a decade, there was no America had no access to space with people. So this is a pretty bad trend. It's trending to zero.
Right.
We need a very strong trend in the other direction in order to have any chance whatsoever of making life multiplanetary.
Yep.
So that's the reason for the extreme sense of urgency.
build the technologies necessary to make life multiplanetary. To answer more seriously, if you consider the nature of importance itself and say, how do you tell that anything is important? Well, the lens of history is a helpful guide here. And the more you zoom out, the more you can distinguish the things that are important over a great span of time, the truly important things, versus the things that may seem important in the moment but are forgotten once that moment has passed.
Hey, good evening. What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live on a later Sunday night, later one. Sorry, I got caught up with a lot of different work and projects and things like that. That's why I'm on a bit later than I normally would go on, about an hour and 15 minutes later than I normally would. So thanks for staying up with me and just get settled in. Got a great show lined up for you tonight. I'm riding solo tonight. Nick is hanging out with his girl, and Sadaf is busy as well. But Sadaf's going to be in a couple times this week, and it's long overdue. So it'll be good to have her back in the mix. What's going on, guys? Great to see you guys. Make sure you hit that like button before we get started. And we got Zombie Doge Army. We got Wildin' Out. We got Mama Crypto says she's just popping in for a bit on her work break. Awesome. We got Kyle. We got Ramon. We've got Slay Blaze. We've got Low Roller Scratcher 7-1. And hey, welcome to membership, Tim H. Good to see that mean green on the screen, if you know what I mean. I love it. Welcome aboard to the membership. It's great to have you aboard, Tim. And obviously, any super chats throughout this broadcast are hugely appreciated for the time and efforts put in. And also, Diogo, I'm probably mispronouncing your name. He says, good morning, everyone. If you're morning, I would assume that you are well across the pond, my friend, and thanks for joining. Alan Schneider sneaking in there. All right. Okay, gang. Let's see here. Where do we even start? Why don't we start with this one? This is a funny one. It's the Motley Fool. It's the Motley Fool coming in again. Dissing the Doge. Can you believe it? Of course you can. It's the Motley Fool. It's what they do. It's a part of their template, really. And the headline of this article came out today. Forget Dogecoin. These three cryptos have much brighter futures. And as I've explained many times before, with the Motley Fool, basically how they get most of their clicks these days is by generating clickbait through the use of Dogecoin, because they know everyone loves Dogecoin. Everyone loves to read new things about Dogecoin. Everyone wants to get their eyeballs on anything that has to do with Dogecoin. It just generates a lot of interest. They know this, but they don't like Dogecoin. They don't like cryptocurrency really in general over at the Motley Fool. So what they will do, they will leverage the word Dogecoin in with their titles to get the clicks, and then once they get you here, they try to do a switcheroo and say you should be investing in the stocks that we deem winners. And it's kind of funny. I actually have seen so many article titles like this from the Motley Fool that I actually decided to do a search engine search. That sounds kind of redundant. A search engine. Well, how else would you describe that? A search engine search. An engine, I don't know, whatever. But forget Dogecoin Motley Fool. And what came up is just absolutely hilarious. It's like a never-ending never-ending list of articles. I mean, it just goes on, and they're all so derivative. And the sheer volume of these crap articles is just really, really hilarious. So I'm just going to rattle off some for you, just for kicks. So get this. Forget Dogecoin. These stocks can triple your money. Forget Dogecoin. These stocks can make you a millionaire. Forget Dogecoin. These stocks are infinitely smarter buys. Forget Dogecoin. These unstoppable stocks are much smarter buys. Forget Dogecoin. These stocks will make you richer. Forget Dogecoin. These tech stocks are better buys right now. Forget Dogecoin. This cryptocurrency stock is a better buy. Forget Dogecoin. These three stocks are much smarter buys. Forget Dogecoin. Buy this tech stock instead. Forget Dogecoin. This growth stock is a smarter buy. Forget Dogecoin. This stock is a better buy. Forget Dogecoin. 3 Cathie Woods investments that could deliver superior returns. Forget Dogecoin. Buy these 3 high growth tech stocks instead. Forget Dogecoin. These 3 tech stocks are much better buys right now. Forget Dogecoin. These stocks can make you a boatload of money. Forget Dogecoin. Buy these 3 growth stocks instead. Forget Dogecoin. These growth stocks are better buys right now today. Forget Dogecoin. These are the smartest stocks to buy right now. Forget Dogecoin. These stocks could go to the moon. Forget Dogecoin. This tech stock is unstoppable after earnings. Forget Dogecoin. Buy these 2 growth stocks instead. Forget Dogecoin. These dogs of the Dow are more likely to make you rich. Forget Dogecoin. Buy this electric car stock instead. And you know what, guys? I could keep going. Like, I've only hit the tip of the iceberg. I've only hit the tip of the iceberg. I could honestly just keep going on and on and on. It's just it's one of the most ridiculous things. It's probably the single most ridiculous business template in all of crypto, or all of like finance journalism, honestly. It's just so ridiculous. Motley Fool is trying to get Steven to be their spokesperson. Well, if I've got the phrase that pays. Good to be listening, Steven. Let's have a great show. Good to see you, Mark Lance. Good to see you, sir. It's amazing. The thing is, it goes on for pages. Like, I only kind of like scratched the surface. Well, I won't say scratch the surface. I knocked probably about half of them out. There's probably, I'm looking here, I probably got maybe about halfway through. But I just thought that was funny stuff. I thought that'd be fun to do. Anyway, let's see what's going on with the chat. It's like 5th grade when you really like someone and you make extra effort to convey the opposite. That's funny, Tim. A scratch CD, spray some perfume on it, Rodrigo says. Ramon says, I'm going to go buy more Dogecoin right now. Anyway, next is, this comes courtesy of Bitcoin.com. A Dogecoin millionaire says he's going all in on Cardano, bullish on both Doge and ADA. This comes from Glauber Contasoto. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. You probably know him as Dogecoin millionaire. He's a pretty popular figure. He gets a lot of press. He's got a fairly popular YouTube channel, certainly more popular than mine. And he told CNBC in an interview published just the day before yesterday that he's planning to go all in on Cardano ADA. Contasoto invested all his savings in the meme cryptocurrency Dogecoin in February. After its price soared, he became a Doge millionaire in April. He explained that he now plans to invest in other cryptocurrency, and his pick is Cardano, noting that he does not plan to sell his Dogecoin. I'm going to start buying up as much Cardano as humanly possible with every bit of money I start making from now on. He tweeted Thursday, in the next 5 years, the top 5 cryptocurrencies will be Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, and XRP. Actually, not a bad prediction there. Not a bad prediction there. I'm trying to think if I would put anything different on my top 5, and I probably would make a couple augmentations. I know it's very trendy right now to be extremely bullish on ADA Cardano, and there's even some articles going around right now that say that ADA Cardano is going to overtake Ethereum. Folks, I just don't buy that. With all due respect to ADA Cardano. Now, let me be clear. I do think ADA is a solid long-term investment. I would put it on my list for solid long-term investments, but I would not put it on my list for a short list of cryptocurrencies that will overtake Ethereum. I just really don't think that's the case, and I'll tell you why. Ethereum has been around so much longer, and obviously Charles Hoskinson knows this because he helped actually create Ethereum with Vitalik Buterin, and then he split off and he started his own thing, right? But Ethereum has the benefit of a couple of things. Well, firstly, Vitalik Buterin. I think his sensibilities and his mind are a lot more dialed in terms of being able to be a good futurist. And what I mean by that is somebody that has a good sense on where the future is going within this space, right? And within technology in general. I think many things that Vitalik Buterin has said in the past has come true. And I think he's just I think he's very, very dialed in that regard, more so than Charles, respectively. And secondly, Ethereum has something in common with that Dogecoin also has, is the benefit of time, right? Both Ethereum and Dogecoin have been around a considerable amount of time in cryptocurrency years. These are very old school cryptocurrencies. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of newbies don't know that about Dogecoin, but Dogecoin is one of the original, is part of the original wave of cryptocurrencies. It was conceived in 2013, which is a pretty good chunk of time in terms of cryptocurrency years. And so what happens? What happens in that? What are some things that happen as a result of that? Well, Ethereum, for example, has built up all of these connections with various captains of industry, have made so much progress on serious inroads in very major places. One main example I can readily think of is Visa, which we'll get to talking about Visa even more so after this. But all of Visa's digital currency departments are running on the Ethereum blockchain for an indefinite period of time. That is huge. That is major. These are the kinds of inroads and advantages that Ethereum already has in place to hit the ground running when the digital currency revolution really starts kicking in. And it hasn't really kicked in yet, guys. We're still in the infancy stages of that. Okay? ADA Cardano hasn't been able to make those kinds of inroads. As you recall, in his Twitter correspondence, if any of you saw that back and forth with between Charles Hoskinson and Mark Cuban, Charles was trying to sell Mark desperately on ADA Cardano, and Mark Cuban was simply responding, well, you can, talk to me until you're blue in the face about, all the technicalities about ADA, but who's using it? Who is buying things with ADA Cardano? And it wasn't a line of questioning that Charles handled too strategically smart, or I just don't think his responses were very, very savvy. He got very flustered, very frustrated. He got pissed off. And then he invited Mark Cuban to his ranch to discuss ADA Cardano. And Mark's like, I'm a very busy man. I don't have time to fly out to your ranch to talk to me about ADA Cardano. Well, pitch it to me here. And then that's when Charles became very unnerved by this. He became very insulted by this. You want me to just pitch ADA to you over Twitter? And Mark Cuban was like, yeah, I do. I do. And Charles didn't like that. So Charles tried. But by that time, Mark Cuban already had checked out, right? He was already like, oh, okay. And this goes back to a point that I often make when considering your digital currency investment decisions, you guys. One of the reasons why Dogecoin is my favorite is because it doesn't have a CEO. It doesn't have a CEO. So our investments aren't really at risk due to one single person giving the coin some bad PR, right? Which is the case with ADA. Now, I'm not saying that Charles is like absolute PR disaster. I don't, and he's a very smart guy in his own right, obviously. But when it comes to PR, I don't think he's a very smart guy. There's different kinds of smart, right? There's, in in terms of Charles, he's a very, very accomplished programmer. He's very accomplished he essentially created Ethereum along the side of Vitalik Buterin, and then he created ADA Cardano. But that doesn't mean that somebody like that should be the public face. That doesn't mean somebody like that is going to also be a good talking head, a good spokesperson, okay? And sometimes we kind of conflate and confuse the two, and consequently, it doesn't yield the most favorable results for those companies. And I do think that's the case with ADA Cardano. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that Charles Hoskinson completely threw Dogecoin under the bus and said it was one of the worst things to happen to crypto, and that it didn't have any purpose and all these other things that he knows better on. Instead, he could have courted Dogecoin investors instead. I mean, Dogecoin's brought in more new investors into the cryptocurrency space, hands down, than any other cryptocurrency out there. So for any CEO to pop off that blatantly disparagingly about Dogecoin is not only does it strike me as ignorant, but it strikes me as very strategically dumb, right? So that being said, I still think ADA Cardano has a solid long-term future, but it does come with its liabilities. In my eyes, the ADA Cardano's primary liability is Charles himself. And also XRP is actually quicker. It's actually quicker than ADA Cardano. Now, Ethereum 2.0 is coming out soon. The Dogecoin Ethereum bridge is going to be something that's going to be hitting soon. And it's going to be really interesting to see how that Doge Ethereum bridge plays into the NFT market. Because as you know, the overwhelming amount of the NFT market is dictated by Ethereum. Buying and selling is predominantly controlled by Ethereum transactions, right? Now, if we can get this Doge Ethereum bridge, underway as far as, bringing to market for people to take advantage of in everyday ways, I think this could have favorable results onto the NFT market that are going to be absolutely profound. Absolutely profound. Again, one of the main drawbacks about the NFT market are the gas fees. And then people have to monitor these gas fees nonstop to just even know when to purchase because, you'll end up paying a really good chunk in gas fees just to purchase your NFTs. I believe, and I'm working on right now getting Ross Nickel back on the show. My good friend Ross, I got to just say, he is a great guy. He is one of the best, most high quality people I've met since I started being a content creator. And I really consider him a true friend. What a guy. What a fantastic guy. And he's much more brilliant than I am, guys, honestly. But I can't wait to get Ross back on the show so we can discuss these things and discuss what the implications and the impact of the Doge Ethereum bridge will be. And I think the answers are going to surprise you. I think they're even going to even be more vast and far-reaching than most of us have been able to imagine thus far. Let's see what's going on in the chat, you guys. Where's Sadaf? Sadaf is, we just haven't been connecting as much lately, but we are still cool. She's still a part of the team. I'm actually she just reached out to me today. We're going to bring her back, I think about 2 times this week. So watch for that. We'll have the dates hammered out with her very soon. So Sadaf will be back on the scene, worked in on the team this week, you guys, this week. Let's see here. Big old cat fight here. New Yellow Kitty trying to make it past my 7 cats. Oh, sounds like Alan a catastrophe. Ba-doom. All right. I know. Sometimes I consider myself to be a punny guy. Anyway, quite the ADA Cardano tangent. I know. But do I think that the Dogecoin millionaire... Now, when the media calls the Dogecoin millionaire, they refer to this 33-year-old guy, Contasoto. But the OG Dogecoin millionaire, before this Dogecoin millionaire, is none other than one of my co-hosts, Nick Balls. Right? But Nick's actually finally starting to get some pretty decent press right now, and he deserves it. I think he has a very compelling, interesting, unique story. Anyway, next story here, guys. Next story. Dylan McDougall, Australia is getting pumped with lockdowns. That's why, that's part of it. Honestly, things have been absolutely chaotic for her over there as well, because Sadaf hails from Sydney, Australia, and she's been going through quite a lot with what's been going on over there in Australia regarding the restrictions and everything. It's just, and she shared a bit of her experiences here regarding that on the show. The last few times we've had her on, and it's just really wild to hear about. It's really wild stuff. I mean, I really feel for my Aussie friends over there right now. It can't be easy. My goodness. Next story, courtesy of Al Jazeera. Elon Musk's satellites beam internet into Chilean boy's life. When I hear the title of this article, I just picture like Elon Musk shooting like a laser beam into a little Chilean boy's forehead. Elon Musk satellites beam internet in Chilean boy's life after half an hour's wind-swept journey on foot and by boat through craggy, forested, I don't even know what this word is, estuary to the school he attends in remote southern Chile. Diego Guerrero can finally use the internet. His school is located in the hamlet of Santamoto, about 620 miles south of Santiago, in the region of Los Lagos, and inhabited by just 20 families. Wow, you're in the middle of nowhere when your closest large landmark is 620 miles away. For a geographical reference, wow. A rain-drenched scattering of brightly painted wood tin houses. Santomo stands out in the mast. It's just super over-the-top descriptive writing here, and that's fine. I don't have time to indulge in all of it. But basically what's going on is now Starlink we're starting to see the real-world results now of Starlink being able to bring internet to parts of the world no one else has been able to do it. And so Starlink solves that. And one of the primary missions of Starlink is to be able to bring internet to all parts of the world, even the most remote regions. And they're able to do this through satellite technology. Whereas if they weren't employing satellite technology, it just wouldn't be financially feasible to accomplish such a feat. But Starlink that's one of its hallmark, goals and manifestos. So this is really good to see. I mean, now we're starting to see this really play out. How does this play into crypto? Well, it directly plays into crypto because there are large swaths of people in the world right now that don't have internet access or can't regularly access the internet that will be able to. And those are potential future investors for cryptocurrency, for Dogecoin, for whatever. So I do think once the world gets much greater access to the internet, I do think we're going to see a boom and perhaps fairly significant boom in cryptocurrency market activity and even more new users and rather investors coming into the space. Yeah, I definitely think that's going to be a part of this transformation. And it's really good to see because Elon Musk is spearheading the whole effort, right, with Starlink. So anyway. Okay, let's get to the big story for tonight. Ethereum. Can Ethereum defeat Bitcoin dominance? What do you guys think? This story comes courtesy of Benzinga. Ethereum bulls challenge Bitcoin's dominance in future market of institutional push. What happened? According to Bloomberg report, Ethereum is challenging Bitcoin's dominance in a crypto world as its 1 month forward contract trading at 8.37 premium when compared to the price spot. Bitcoin's 1 month forward futures contracts have a premium of just 6.58. Why does this matter? Ethereum is still seemingly surfing on the wave of its network adopting the London upgrade, which also resulted in the network starting to destroy thousands of coins a day. While Ethereum network is being expected to burn about 5 billion in a year is notable on its own, its real benefits to the upgrade will be seen when the coin is estimated to become deflationary after a future network upgrade believed to take place next year. The sentiment even resulted in discussions about Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin's market cap in the future. But as we explain in a recent analysis, much more than just their inflation should be considered when comparing these two. So where does this leave things? Well, guys, as I've stated many times before, I personally do think it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before not only Ethereum poses a serious threat to Bitcoin dominance, but actually accomplishes it. As it stands now, Ethereum is second in market cap to Bitcoin. The market cap of Ethereum is almost 372 billion. Almost 372 billion. Whereas Bitcoin is 904 billion. So we definitely got some work to do here. But what's going to happen going forward, and this is where Dogecoin's also going to play a key role in this, I believe. The thing is, Bitcoin's kind of stuck. And don't get me wrong, I love Bitcoin. And I'm super appreciative of it. And I own some Bitcoin. But the fact is, it's evolved into digital gold, and it's going to keep playing that solid role as digital gold, as a digital asset to set as leverage against fiat. And I think it's remarkable for that. I think it's awesome for that. But the truth is, as you guys know, people don't sell, or people don't use Bitcoin in everyday transactions, let alone purchases for in a retail space in any way, really. I mean, here and there people do on but very rarely. And honestly, you'd be pretty stupid to do so just from an investor standpoint. Whereas Ethereum already has just tons of different uses that are already being used every single day by lots of people. And same for Dogecoin. And now when the Doge Ethereum bridge kicks in, I believe this is going to, over the long term, catapult Ethereum to that number one spot and solidify Dogecoin at the number 3 spot, if not number two. Over a period of time, I think there's a very high probability in the future that we will be looking at Ethereum at number 1, Dogecoin at number 2, and Bitcoin maintaining a solid 3. Now, I think it'd be very difficult to knock Bitcoin down below 2 or 3. I don't ever see that happening. But I do see Doge rising to a minimum of 2, possibly 3, in market cap size, and absolutely Ethereum overtaking on the number one. Where will this put ADA? I'm not quite sure. I just don't know. I do think ADA is going to stay on the top 10 long term. XRP, it just depends what kind of legal embattlements that will continue to plague them or not, honestly. But I definitely wish the best for XRP as well. So, going forward, as I said many times before, I really do feel strongly that this Dogecoin Ethereum bridge is going to be probably the single most impactful evolution to the crypto market. Finally, I got a super chat. All right. Thank you for popping that cherry, Bankston. Coming with a $5 super chat. Dogecoin could be up or down. I don't care. I'm just happy to be here. That's the spirit. That's the attitude. I love it. That's how I roll too, my friend. That's how I roll too. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. Scott says, I'm having to talk myself down from buying another Bobby Sticks. Man, our Bobby Sticks, for those of you who don't know, is Crypto Batman's NFT line, which is doing extraordinarily well in a very short amount of time. So it'll be really interesting to see the evolution of Bobby Sticks. But yeah, he came out with a couple new ones, I think yesterday. They're pretty darn cool. And they're all his NFTs are going up in price fairly significantly, pretty much on a daily basis right now. So I know It's All Risky, I think, bought the first one ever made, and it's just very interesting. Speaking of NFTs, we could pivot over to that topic now. This article comes courtesy of Cointelegraph, and its Visa white paper describes NFTs as a promising medium for fan engagement. Visa, yes, the credit card Visa's white paper. NFT market registered $2.5 billion in sales during the first half of 2021. Companies like Visa continue to shine the spotlight in this rapidly growing industry. Visa's splash into the NFT market was driven by an evaluation of an underlying technology and its ability to serve as a promising medium for fan engagement, according to a recent white paper published by the Global Payments Giant. So this is coming straight off of Visa's white paper, guys. Just remarkable. The August 23rd publication described NFTs as an important innovation during the pandemic, where strict shelter-in-place orders limited live sports, entertainment, and music festivals. At the same time, NFTs are emerging at a time when fans are eager to join digital communities centered around their favorite artists or sports teams. Professional sports were especially hit hard during the pandemic, with an estimated $18 billion lost in revenue. Let's see here. So basically what's going on here is, if Visa is completely, wholeheartedly embraced the NFT market, I really think this is a pretty significant thing. I think this is a pretty significant corner that we're turning. Okay? And as I stated last night, I do think that we are in the middle of a cultural sea change regarding the expansion of how humans perceive, distribute, buy, and sell art. I think right now it looks as if it's leading into a complete renaissance of these things and getting people more engaged and more excited about art. And obviously making money is a fair component in that, but why shouldn't it be, honestly? And what it is, it's kind of prompting everyday people to become art dealers in a way. And some people think this is bad, or I know CoffeeZilla mentioned on his video the other day that he thought that people aren't qualified to basically said that he doesn't think people are qualified to appoint themselves to art dealers. And I say, screw that. Why not? Why the F not? Why the F not? We're just seeing an expansion of how we perceive art. And I say this as someone who's a huge fan of traditional art. I've been a collector of impressionist artwork, mostly oil paintings and things like this. Predominantly that I've picked up at estate sales and thrift stores over the years, and a couple at galleries. But which I'll never lose my passion for consuming art that way, or appreciating it. I don't see these things as in competition with each other. I just think we are adding an extra dimension, an extra alternative and experience for people to be engaged in within the art world. Miles G coming in. Good to see you, Miles G. Jake Paul won in a split decision. Sheesh. All right, there you have it, folks. Jake Paul won in a split decision. Let's that is kind of some breaking news, so why don't we break to it here? I'm just looking up the fight. Here we go. Yeah, I don't even see any headlines that show the result that Scott put in there. So this must be really super duper breaking news, because there's not even any internet results on it yet. So there you have it. 7-1, yeah, that's wild, man. Let's see. So what is 7-1 saying? I own Batman's profile photo. That is wild, 7-1. Oh, that's awesome. Alan Schneider coming in with a $1.99 super chat. Shout out to everyone. Doge to the moon. Indeed, indeed. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it, man. Getting to the moon is not a matter of if, my friends. Just a matter of when. Just a matter of when. Let's see here. So, I think it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to see the evolutions in these things, and I'm here for all of it, man. I'm just taking it all in. It's a lot of fun. Okay, next story here. This comes courtesy of Bitcoin.com. Anarchist bar in Brussels now accepts cryptocurrency. Wow, an anarchist bar. What qualifies as an anarchist bar? There's a bar in my city that I live in that describes itself as kind of a socialist bar, and I always wondered how that worked. I'm like, you guys have solid prices for everyone that comes through the door, regardless of who they are. I don't know. Doesn't sound very socialist to me. I think it's just like the bar that I'm talking about, it's just like a place for like hipster quasi-socialists to like hang out and feel like they're socialists and talk about being socialists. Anyway, this isn't one of those. This is an anarchy bar. And I don't know by which metric it makes an anarchy bar. Maybe we'll find out in this article here. A bar in Brussels frequented by local anarchists has introduced crypto payments. Bitcoin is the money of the future, says the owners, who have recently renovated the place. It is among the first establishments in Belgium capital to take coins for pints, they said. The Dole Mole Cafe and Bar in downtown Brussels, in the heart of Europe, has started accepting cryptocurrencies for its beverages, the beverages it offers. The famous anarchist bar in Rue de Espeniers Street has become one of the first establishments of its kind in the Belgian city to support crypto as a payment option, its owners claim. The bar has been renovated the last 2 years by young Brussels residents. The cafe has to move with the times, said Gregor Gregor. I think it's just a weird spelling of Gregory. One of the owners quoted by the Belgian English language news portal The Bulletin. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are the money of the future. We want to give everyone the opportunity to buy a pint with this payment method. I mean, that's cool. This is great. This is, we love to see this. But the article still doesn't answer the burning question of what makes a bar an anarchist bar. What makes a bar an anarchist bar? I don't know. Kyle's like, is anarchy just the name of the bar? No, and it's not. It's not even the name of the bar. The word anarchy is not even the name of the bar. They just, it's a self-described anarchy bar. Oh, okay. Anyway. Let's get to the next story here, guys. Let's get to the next story here. This comes courtesy of AMB Crypto, which I've never heard of before, ambcrypto.com. Stablecoin reserves data reveals about this almost inevitable Bitcoin Ethereum price trend. Revisiting preset records, consolidating and correcting. This typically shows how the last few days have looked like for most of the market's top coins, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. These prices have merely been seesaw and haven't taken a definitive turn yet. In fact, at price time, these two coins were trading at 49,000 and 3.2K respectively. Analyzing the change of stablecoin balances and exchanges at the indecisive juncture will present a clear picture of what to expect going forward. So basically what this is saying, most analysts at this stage have ruled out the possibility of a massive dip. In retrospect, it can be said that the cautious pullback that the market is witnessing right now is typically healthy. I agree. Furthermore, the price change for both Bitcoin and Ethereum in the daily window and weekly window remained well below 4% and 1% respectively at the time of writing. So this analysis going on here with AMB Crypto, I think is an astute observation in terms of it goes along with my predictions of what we're going to see going into the fall. Typically, September's a very red month, particularly over the last 4 years. It's been very red. Now, I'm not saying that red September is not going to happen and not going to transpire. I really do think it is going to transpire. But that being said, I do think because of how many more investors have entered in the space than previous years within the last 12 months, I think that we're going to see a soft red September. And I do think in fact, I think that the first week of September could be very, very bullish. I really do. But after that, I think things are going to get reddish. But I don't think it's going to be as deeply red as it has the last 4 years. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it. We'll see how it shakes out. Anarchy Toast. What would be involved in Anarchy Toast? 7-1 says people would buy the Texas Post melted butter French toast with face. I'm telling you, it's the one and only Texas Toast. Diojo says that bar is close to me. Wow, 200 kilometers from me. It's a bar where people that believe in anarchy meet. Wow, what a small world, guys. What a small world in Doge that I just bring up this seemingly random story and one of our viewers lives super close to that bar. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. RW says, Socials Bar, what do you do? Share your drinks, I'll pass. Oh, man. All right, guys. All right. Well, it's been a real slow news cycle, honestly, today. I didn't have much else to talk about. So this one's going to be a bit shorter of a broadcast, but I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in tonight. It's always a lot of fun getting together with each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be back tomorrow night. All right, we'll be back tomorrow night. And guess what, guys? Tomorrow night, I have a massive announcement. I have a huge announcement for a couple guests that will be coming on this show. It is big, 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 exciting stuff. So you don't want to miss that. Tune in tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I've got a huge announcement. It's just, I just can't wait to share with you guys. It's just wild, wild stuff. Anyway, thanks each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll do this again in a little less than 24 hours. Until next time, this is Steven Steele signing out.
Just the bees and birds, the summer hay.